Hey guys, it's Melvin7 here, and today I'm bringing you transfer roundup. Yeah, that's what's called, 4 or 5, I can't remember. But anyway, I haven't done one of these for ages because there hasn't been many like big money move signings or big signings that you would like want me to cover, etc. But we've got 5 now, so we're going to do it. And the first one I'm going to cover is the latest one that has literally happened about 5 minutes before I've started recording, and that's Benteke to Liverpool. Now, I'm not going to deny it is a fantastic signing for Liverpool, alright? He's a striker who is almost as good as a fully fit Sturridge. Obviously, they're different types of players, and the only two slight downsides to this deal for Liverpool is the fee, 32.5 million. I don't believe he's worth that, but fees doesn't really matter. If a player plays well, you're going to forget what you paid effectively. So that doesn't really matter as long as he comes good for Liverpool. If he doesn't, then it becomes a big factor. Also, now Liverpool might have to think about changing their style of play slightly. I haven't seen how they've been playing in pre-season, but I presume it's still the same passing movement, etc. But maybe they're going to have to try and play along a lot more down the wings, cross it in a lot more, because Benteke is a target man. He's not a silky dribbler, etc. He's a target man. So, you know, it's a big risk, but credit to Liverpool, to be honest. As a Man United fan, credit to them for getting their business done this quickly. Apparently, this is their final signing. Is it their 8th? They've got their business done quickly. Whether you think it's good business, it's bad business, I've got to say their 3 best signings for me are Milner on a free. I think he's going to be good for Liverpool. Klein as a right back, they really needed a replacement for Johnson, and they've got an English one for relatively cheap, even though he had 1 year left on his contract. And Benteke, I generally do think he will do well for them, unfortunately. But, of course, we'll see how the BPL progresses. But, like I said, I did want Manchester United to perhaps, you know, make an offer, but I said only to go up to 20 million. I wouldn't have wanted us to pay the full 32.5 million for a backup striker. Obviously, at Liverpool, he'd probably be a first team, to be honest, because I highly doubt Daniel Sturridge is not going to get a long-term injury this season, but we'll see. Anyway, the next player we're going to do 2. Well, the first one is Patrick Roberts moving to City. Obviously, this was done a couple of days ago. From Fulham for a fee of 11 million. Literally, I do not know anything about this guy. Apparently, a lot of the top clubs were after him, but City have effectively paid this to up their homegrown their homegrown English players, because obviously they needed 5, I think, and they don't want to be bringing them all through the academy. So they've had to sign 3, and well, maybe even more, but they've obviously signed 3 now. I'm not going to talk about Patrick Roberts because I literally do not know, but apparently he's got potential. We'll see whether he's just another one of those English players that rots on the bench at City, or maybe he does something else. We'll see. Another one to Manchester City's Fabian Delph. Obviously, everyone knows about this one because of his fantastic U-turn for Villa. I feel sorry for Villa, to be honest, because, you know, it isn't really their fault they're losing Benteke and Delph. But I suppose they're getting decent fees. I mean, Delph, 8 million. That's decent for City, to be honest. For a player that will be contesting for a first-team spot, I don't think he's guaranteed. I think Toure, Fernando and Fernandinho are ahead of him. Definitely Fernandinho and Toure. But maybe he can break in if one of those get an injury. We'll see, but it's a relatively low fee. And for Fabian Delph's sakes, he wants to hope that he will get football, because if he doesn't, then he's just going to go back down. This is his one and only chance to impress at a big club. Well, I say big club, but I mean Champions League club. Let's not get into rivalries and all that shit and fans, etc. Let's just continue with this video. Anyway, next one we've got Mitrovic going to Newcastle. Now, this one really surprises me because I don't know anything about him. Again, I've seen him 2-3 times playing in Champions League. I think he scored against Arsenal late on when they played Anderlecht, but I'm surprised they've opted to go for him instead of Charlie Austin. Considering Charlie Austin, QPR have said 15 million and he's yours. They've paid 12 to 13 million for Mitrovic. Now, perhaps it's because of his physicality, because I think he's quite tall, so maybe they want a target man in the middle of the park. But it's a risk because he is 22, he's unproven, but I think it's a good risk, and it's definitely someone Newcastle need, because at the minute their only strikers that seem to do anything are Cisse, who can only do something when the ball's put straight in front of him and he doesn't have time to think and he just smashes it in, or and Jose Perez. Rivieri's been absolutely shit, and the rest of their strikers, I can't even remember. But yeah, anyway, Mitrovic, big signing for Newcastle alongside Jorginho Wijnaldum. Looks as though they're going to get Mbemba, as how you say it, the centre-back, again playing for Anderlecht, but I'll cover that when it gets officially announced. So they're bringing in signings, and Mike Ashley's actually spending money, so the fans are gaining a little bit more optimism, which is fair enough. And the final player is a player leaving Manchester United, Reece James. Now, I'm very surprised we've let him go. All right, I look at him. Like I've looked at him play for United. His best game was LA Galaxy when he scored 2 as a left back, and I wonder why Tyler Blackett got picked ahead of Reece James. All right, Tyler Blackett looks like one of those players is just never going to make it, all right? His passing range is terrible, as my cat's trying to fucking rummage in my bin. But anyway, lost my train of thought. Blackett's passing range is not very good, and Reece James seemed to be better at passing, but we've let him go for a 3-year deal. I've completely forgot the club. My mind has went completely blank. Honestly, I can't remember who we've sold him to, but we've sold him, and it's a bit of a shame. But realistically, he's probably not going to get in the team. Then again, Blackett did, so I just can't understand this one. I think he's better than Blackett. Of course, he's not better than Shaw, Rojo, or Blind, though. So maybe his first team opportunities are limited, but. Yeah, that's the confirmed transfers for today. Let me know your thoughts on them. I'm going to say that I think Benteke and Mitrovic will be successful. Delph, if someone gets an injury and he cements a first-team spot, then perhaps him. The other two, Reece James, I'm not sure how he'll do in League One. And Roberts, again, I really don't know anything about this kid, so I don't know if he's going to be successful or not. But what are your thoughts? And yeah, peace.